Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2021 Wilmington High School commencement exercises. Right now, I'd like to introduce our honored guests, Representative David Robertson, Wilmington Town Manager Jeffrey Hull, Superintendent of Schools Dr. Glenn Brand, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum and Staff Development, Christine Elliott, Assistant Superintendent of Administration and Finance, Paul Ruggiero, members of the Wilmington the Wilmington School Committee, Jennifer Bryson, David Ragsdale, MJ Burns, Joe Newhouse, Jay Samaha, Jesse Fennelly, Melissa Plowman, the Wilmington High School faculty and staff, the Wilmington High School administration, Principal Linda Peters, Assistant Principal Christopher Phillips, Assistant Principal Jonathan Miranda, and now, ladies and gentlemen, I introduce to you the Wilmington High School graduating class of 2021.
Good morning, everyone. It is my pleasure to welcome students, families, staff, and honored guests to our 2021 commencement at Wilmington High School. Please know that every one of you has made an impact on the graduates who will sit here today. We are so very happy that we have this opportunity to celebrate this day together. Please stand as our band plays the national anthem. We would like to begin our program this morning with a special remembrance. I would like to call Christopher Wong to the stage.
Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Wong. I would like to take a moment to remember and acknowledge a student who has now passed, James Rooney. James was a close friend, and I know he's missed by countless people who are here. Let us take a moment of silence to remember James. Thank you.
To the Rooney family, we share in your loss today. The members of the class of 2021 are honored that you are sharing this day with them. Thank you for coming. Next, I would like to introduce our class president, Colton Sullivan, who would like to address the class of 2021.
Linda, did you sit at any point? Did we sit at some point?
Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in person, or I know a lot of you are watching this on your TV, so thank you for celebrating my class with me. Obviously, I think we have to start with a couple thank yous. Thank you to all the parents, businesses, faculty members, IT people, custodians, and just any staff member in the WHS public school system, and especially a very special thank you to Ms. Peters, Mr. Carr, Ms. Dickerson, and of course all the teachers throughout the years. You have done so much for our class, and thank you. Honestly, just can't capture what you did enough. We just graduated high school. That's a weird sentence to say. From kindergarten to 12th grade, 13 years. And throughout all of that, I've looked around and I've seen the same faces looking back. The faces of friends and the best people I know. From Smo always going all out on Blue and White Day to Ida killing it on the dance floor at prom. Our class has always been there for each other each and every day. And a year that did nothing but drive people apart was no match for our class, the class of 2021. So as you move on to hopes, dreams, and successes bigger than this school and far bigger than this town, please don't forget these streets. Because Wilmington, where you grew up, will always be your home if you want it to be. And look around, you're surrounded by friends who have been there through all the hard times and of course all the good times, and they will be there for so much more. Don't forget these faces, because they will always be ready to help you. All you have to do is ask for it. I personally want to thank you for electing me as your class president over the last 3 years. It has truly been the honor of my life, and I really hope I served you to the best of my ability, and I hope you are satisfied with my performance. Something finally to remember is, as long as you truly remember what is important in life, you will never be lost. And one last thing, happy birthday, Courtney, Amanda, and my boy Jack. Thank you so much. Woo!
Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Jeffrey Hull, our town manager, who has a few words for our graduates.
Good morning and greetings to the members of the school committee, Dr. Glenn Brand, Superintendent of Schools, Paul Ruggiero, Assistant Superintendent of Administration and Finance, Linda Peters, High School Superintendent, and honored guests. And congratulations to the graduating class of 2021 on this momentous moment. As I'm sure your parents can attest, you have jettisoned from birth to this day in a whirlwind. Time has blazed by like the blurred white dashed lines on Route 93 as you accelerate to head up north on vacation. In spite of, and perhaps due to, the pandemic, you have learned a great deal academically and beyond, and there is still much to learn regardless of what you pursue. For a couple of moments, I would like to encourage you to consider a couple of skills that are not typically learned or taught in school, and oftentimes not focused on in life. And that is listening to hear and building relationships. Hearing often gets little attention because hearing is assumed to be a no-brainer. It just comes naturally. It is all too often that we listen but do not hear. True hearing is an active process, not a passive process, that requires your full attention and full engagement. To truly hear, to understand, requires listening with your ears, your eyes, your mind, and I would suggest with your soul. In our desire to do more in less time, and with the numerous distractions of social media, television, to name a few, our society has become more driven to multitasking, splitting attention between texting, watching YouTube, and listening to music while in conversation. It's always struck me as a bit disheartening to see couples walking side by side, each texting, being together separately, I guess. There may be instances in which multitasking is acceptable and appropriate. Conversation with the music turned low, playing in the background, certainly not a sin, and it may be conducive to the conversation. But in my estimation, regardless of the degree one attains, the job one lands, the business one builds and the talents you acquire, these achievements, while beneficial and important, pale in comparison to cultivating and maintaining personal relationships, strong personal relationships. Relationships, as you know, come in many forms: spouse, family, work colleagues, and social groups, to name a few. A key element to maintaining strong, healthy relationships is engaging in actively listening to hear and to understand. Compare how you felt the last time you were speaking with someone who did not make eye contact, or perhaps only occasionally, while scanning their iPhone, watching the television, perusing their tablet, every so often offering up a half-hearted, "Oh yeah? Really? Whatever," versus the last time that you had a conversation with someone who truly engaged you, made eye contact with you, and focused on you. How did those contrasting experiences make you feel? I have a mantra that I use regularly when I'm out on a run: be here now. Not every interaction requires that level of attention. When you're sitting with others watching the game or perhaps watching a movie, it probably isn't necessary. But if someone is investing their time and energy to speak with you, be here now. Take the opportunity to really hear not only what they are saying, but how they are saying it. Their tone, their tenor, their voice inflection, their facial features, and their hand gestures. Listen to hear. Use those encounters to build the relationships that are most important to you. Developing and strengthening those relationships are good for your health, both mental and physical, and make life much more enjoyable. So all the best to each and every one of you. The world awaits.
Thank you, Mr. Hull. Mrs. Jennifer Bryson, co-chair of our school committee, would also like to address you today.
Class of 2021, congratulations on your incredible achievements. On behalf of the Wilmington School Committee, I can tell you that we have been honored to witness your journey in this district. We are in awe of your strength, resiliency, and ability to remain positive and hopeful, especially during the challenging times presented to you this past year. And we have witnessed your leadership. When you thought of a way to help, you stepped right in. When you dreamed of a new team or club, you created it. And when you committed to providing your class with some lasting senior memories, you made that happen too, under the leadership of Ms. Linda Peters, of course. This past week, you walked through your former elementary schools, and in the photos, we saw principals and teachers filled with pride and children with wide eyes and priceless smiles looking up to you, knowing one day it'll be their turn. From your very first day at Boutwell or Wildwood, to your transition to the elementary, intermediate, and middle school, to your very last day at Wilmington High, you've made everyone in your path proud and grateful to know you. You've balanced intense course loads with extracurriculars, athletics, work, most impressive, immense amounts of service to your school and town. Thank you for being a class that our younger children can look up to. Thank you for setting the bar so high for Wilmington and making us so very proud. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Mrs. Bryson. I would next like to introduce Dr. Glenn Brand to speak to you today.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Welcome to our parents, guardians, and caregivers, Town Manager, Mr. Hull, our incredible WHS faculty, our endlessly supportive school committee, Ms. Elliott, Mr. Ruggiero, and members of our central office team, and of course, most importantly, class of 2021. Oh, to be a Wildcat. It is impressive, indeed, and the spirit for what our schools mean to this community is most certainly unique and contagious. I was reminded of that once again a couple of days ago as I had the privilege to attend the scholarship night, where our community partners in Wilmington came together to help support our graduates, the students that sit here before us today, as they set off to their post-high school and secondary educational pursuits, and together helped gift almost $140,000 in financial awards and scholarships. So a huge thank you to our community members. On behalf of our students and their families, I want to thank all of them for their unwavering support, even in these times of turbulence and challenge. To our graduates, the class of 2021, let me share this. As you bring this chapter of your time as a student here at WHS and in the Wilmington Public Schools to a close, I can't help but reflect upon the reality that these last 16 months have hopefully resulted in and provided you with insight to, and ultimately the lessons that this, intentionally or not, has hopefully shown each of you. Of course, the knowledge, the skills, and the understanding that we hope that you have gained through your classes and with your teachers is vital. And the fact that you are here this morning would clearly suggest that you have done well by that measure. However, my hope is that the larger life lesson of this unimaginable time that has been COVID is what I am hopeful that you will keep most with you and close to your heart and your mind as you move forward. Hopefully, this last year has highlighted for you, as one author of One Unknown has said, we need to be open to adjustments. There is nothing about this current movement in history that allows for stubbornness. Life will bring you unexpected obstacles, curveballs, and flat tires, things that you could have never planned for, expected, or that you will be able to find the answer to on YouTube or Instagram. But this is where the lessons learned from your ability and your success through your teachers and your administrators should come to mind. Resilience, being open to change, sometimes thinking differently, and sometimes, yes, working harder is what it will take. But if these last 16 months have shown you anything, it is certainly that you can make it through. The last few months have pressed us all in ways that have been difficult and challenging, and that in their own ways reminds us that the world which surrounds us and that will surround you is always bigger than we are. In some respects, it also reminds us of the daunting reality that we only hold a temporary place in its midst, where we will most certainly face challenges and adversity along the way. Finally, this morning, I would be remiss if I didn't take the opportunity and to acknowledge the efforts of one particular member of our school community that has truly, in my opinion, gone above and beyond these last few months to do everything possible to help ensure that our students have as many possible normal activities as they could as members of our senior class. While it is true that educators everywhere have endured incredible hardships and challenges as a result of the circumstances that we have all faced, there is no question that our Wildcat community is so fortunate and so blessed to have a true gift in our WHS principal, Miss Linda Peters. As I know many of you are aware, and I have the great fortune to see even a little bit closer to that behind the scenes, she has worked endlessly to ensure that prom, scholarship night, and this event itself could still take place. Graduates, as you formally bring your time here at Wilmington High School and in the Wilmington Public Schools to a close, please know that all of us are incredibly proud of you, every single one of you. May you find great success in your years ahead. Take joy in both the little and big things you experience along the way, and may you have great health and happiness. Good luck and congratulations.
Thank you, Dr. Brand. That was very nice. I have thought long and hard about what I wanted to say to you today. I have never thought of myself as one who could offer advice or inspiration. So my words today will reflect more on the joy of having been a part of your high school journey and my hopes for you and for your journey beyond high school. Our 4-year journey began on August 27th, 2017, when we first met at your 9th grade orientation, and your mentors guided you throughout the building, showing you where your classrooms were, how to open your lockers, and more importantly, what to do about lunch. We have shared many moments at Wilmington High School since then, moments that have turned into hours, days, months, years. Whether in the classroom, in the caf, at an athletic event, on stage, or at the prom, I have beautiful memories of those moments, and I cherish them dearly. The many moments of our journey these past 4 years have given me much joy, even with the pandemic looming over us. Your journey brought you to many crossroads. At each crossroad, there are options to consider, decisions to be made, and most importantly, lessons to be learned. There were class discussions, problems to solve, essays to write, experiments to perform, games to be played, competitions to enter, play practices, musical performances, and so much more. And we cannot forget the transition from classroom learning to Zooming and Google Meeting, doing your best to learn in a different space, maybe even in your PJs. We all came to not only realizing those challenges, but embracing them and moving forward in a way that I could never have imagined. I am so very proud of you, and I am so grateful for all those who guided you, assisted you, and managed to work through this with you, with perseverance and resilience. We have learned so much from each other, and I know I could not have done this without you, all of you, by my side. You are here ending a journey but beginning another, following different paths, pursuing different dreams, making different choices. Life is full of these ends that lead to beginnings. The what happens next, the uncertainty, the unexpected will always be part of life. If nothing else, the pandemic has given us a taste of that. As Forrest Gump so aptly put it, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. I'm not sure how you look at life or even if you ever think about life. Your youth perhaps allows you to be more carefree, and you may not always see life in the ways that some of the people surrounding you today see it. For some of the people here, you are their life. Please know that, understand that, and appreciate that. They are here because you are such an important part of their lives. There are many ways by which you can measure your success in life, but I have found that it is not what you have accomplished, and not only who you are, but with whom you are sharing your life. Life is a gift. Share it. As your school journey ends and your so-called real world journey begins, I hope that you will always engage your heart in every aspect of life, the good times and the not so good times. Know that sometimes on your journey you may need to crawl, sometimes sprint, and sometimes run like there is no tomorrow. Remember always where you have been and always have faith in where you are going. But most importantly, remember who you are. Let who you are speak volumes over what you do. My life has been blessed with so many wonderful things: my family, my colleagues, my friends, and you, my awesome seniors. Because of you, because you have been such a huge part of my life, saying goodbye to you today is difficult for me. But my heart says it is time to wish you well and send you off to find new experiences, to embrace life and to share it, and to always work hard and be kind. As I have often done in the past, I turn to poetry as a way to express what is in my heart for the graduates. So to my special graduates, I leave you with this poem, which I call Your Life, Your Journey. Every moment counts, every story worthy. Every choice matters, every life a journey. Moments into hours, hours into days, always making choices, our journey becomes a maze. The story of our lives, it takes some twists and turns. We brave through the maze, we share our concerns. And as our story unfolds, our journey of many miles, it is filled with so much, some tears, some smiles. If I were to offer any advice about life, you know what I would say. Cherish every moment, find the good in every day. Life, it is a gift, accept it, love it, share it. Fill each day with your wildcat spirit. For every moment counts, every story worthy, every choice matters, every life a journey. You, the class of 2021, have amazed me. It is time for you to amaze the rest of the world. Thank you all for everything. It is now time for me to present our awards to our top seniors. Our first award is presented to our class of 2021 essayist, Amber Flynn. This is very hot, Amber.
Hi, everyone. I just wanted to start off by saying a quick thank you to everyone who made this event possible, even when there was so much doubt over the past year if a real graduation was even going to happen. This past year has been the longest, yet somehow the shortest year of my life, and it feels surreal to already be here graduating. As we prepare to head in our separate directions, we should take a moment to reflect on the experiences throughout our high school journey. Every person we have interacted with, whether it be a student, faculty member, or coach, has impacted us in some way, even when we might not see it. When thinking back on my high school years, they may seem mundane at first until I realized how much I have changed from the moment I first entered the high school to now. I remember looking up to the upperclassmen, both out of fear and admiration, trying to follow in their footsteps. For me, I would see others succeed in both school and soccer, and I would mimic their actions in hopes of finding the same success. I obviously did not achieve it that early. That would have been way too easy, but it was these actions that began to shape the path to who I am now. I'm sure you can all think of at least one person you once looked up to when starting something new. Now that we are the upperclassmen we once looked up to, we can keep in mind that we are constantly influencing those younger than us. From the way we present ourselves or go about a problem, there is always going to be someone looking for us to give them answers or to just help new things make sense. As strange as it may seem, most of us will be the freshmen yet again looking for guidance from someone more experienced. We will continue to be shaped as people and continue to grow. Now, as we get ready to move on from our high school years, we should keep in mind not only how others have impacted us, but how we will in turn impact people we meet in the future. Congratulations, everyone, for making it through these past 4 years. Thank you.
I would next like to present our salutatorium, Marian Nelson.
I know a lot of us are sweaty, but to clarify, the sticky hands I'm going to talk about in my speech are the toy kind that you can buy at the dollar store. Class of 2021, we have accomplished so many things that were previously impossible. We successfully got through months of remote schooling, hours of black screens, and muted microphones. We spent 4 years in that building, and I never once saw the aquaculture room. Which is strange to the point where I now seriously doubt that it actually exists. We somehow managed to get everything and anything stuck to the ceiling, from pencils to chocolate milk to rubber sticky hand toys. We have defied a pandemic, defied logic, and defied gravity. Sophomore year, there was a lonely sticky hand on the ceiling of Mr. Hackett's room. It stayed there week after week, its color slowly fading from bright green to gray. Nevertheless, it persevered and stayed up there for over a year. And just like this brave, tenacious sticky hand, we all clung on to high school through the very end. Instead of fading, though, we grew more vibrant. We collected our mistakes and memories along the way, the little moments that we will all remember about our many years in school. Like watching Uch's yo-yo tricks while seated on the cafeteria floor in the 4th grade, sounding off between the cheerleaders and the football games, and the cheerleaders and the band at the football games. That's important. finding dozens of tiny plastic Mardi Gras babies in the corner of every staircase. And these memories, unlike the aquaculture room, are real. And they will continue to bind us together long after we've left this school. In the years to come, as we are catapulted into our future, like sticky hands are flung across a room, we may flail and waver along the way, but in the end, we will all stick the landing. Thank you, class of 2021, for allowing me to serve as your class co-president this year, and for an amazing 13 years together, give or take a few. Congratulations to all of us.
Our next award is presented to the class of 2021 valedictorian Jessie Ding.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to first congratulate the graduates of 2021. While there are some bumps along the way, such as a global pandemic, we finally made it. I want to applaud the grit and tenacity of our class. However, we couldn't have done it without the support from the people around us and the Wilmington community. I would like to thank all the school workers, administrators, and teachers. Without you all, we wouldn't have been able to go through the entirety of our high school experience. I would also like to thank all our parents and families. You have truly seen us grow and become the young adults we've become today. My words pale in comparison to the efforts and sacrifices that you have all made in order to ensure that we would receive a higher education and a brighter future. Time truly passes by fast. It feels like it was yesterday when we were young freshmen walking into the high school for the first time. I realized that we can't take anything for granted, like the cookies at Munchies, experiences with our friends, the small conversations with our teachers, and so much more. These moments are short and fleeting. Ultimately, we aren't remembered for the things we haven't done, but rather the actions we took and the words we said. Whether we realize it or not, the actions that we take causes ripples of change beyond our personal frequencies. We all have the capability to create change, whether it is on a personal level or a larger scale. It then becomes our choice to decide whether to sit and watch from the sidelines or actively take the initiative. As we receive our diplomas today, a sign of our initial steps to become mature individuals out into the world, it becomes our own decision to choose what kind of impact we want to make. We all have the potential to direct the path we want to take in our lives, influence the people around us, and leave behind a legacy for future generations. However, it becomes our responsibility to decide how to exercise that potential. Congratulations and good luck to the Wilmington High School class of 2021. Thank you.
So it's diploma time, and I'm going to call Mr. Phillips up to announce you. Marshals.
Row one, go ahead. Ready? We're just keeping everybody in suspense here. Am I ready now, Ms. Peters?
All right. Aaliyah Fiona Abel. Melania Sofia Acevedo. Faraz Mir Ali. Chica Adora Amacor. Chase Catherine Anderson. Isaac Avila. Thomas Eric Baldy. Cameron Joseph Banks. Julia Teresa Berry. Madison Olivia Beatty. Jared Dennis Benoit. Christopher Louis Bernazzani. Jason Tyler Berube. Ida Marie Bishop. Alexia Eleni Bittarelli. Larissa Lee Bonney. Dimitri Theo Boris. Maggie Rose Bourgeois. Kyle Thomas Breen. Allison Nicole Broussard. Isabella Brown. Antonia Brunetto. Ashlyn Rita Buckley. Connor Falcon Burns. Erica Sinclair Burns. Nehemiah Kamara. Leah Catherine Kamara. Dominic Michael Caples. Isabella Maria Capozzi. Sean Matthew Carlin. Samuel Edward Cedrone. Allison Marie Salata. Dylan Vincent Clerico. Megan Elizabeth Consorti. Jillian Jean Cornell. Michaela Marie Costa.
Attaboy. Thank you.
Robert James Courtney. Ashley Catherine Crawford. Lauren Lucy Diarco. Jason Davey. Mia Ella DeMarco. Olivia Loren Dennett. Zoe Shea DeRose. Matthew Frank DeSario. Peter James Diadamo. Landrick Reyes Diaz. Jesse Ding. Cal George DePisa. Justin Michael Doran.
You bet, kiddo.
Kylie Nicole Ducharme. Brian Thomas Dunphy. Ava Elizabeth Elliott. Ray Christina Eli. Christina Fedignac. Tyler Philip Fenton. Alex Brady Fitzler. Amber Antosia Flynn. Ryan Christopher Forcina. Krista Lillian Gabery. John Michael Gaglione. Andrew Gallucci. Derek Gallucci. Joseph Mark Ganley. Colin Robert Gates. Victoria Marie Gemilaro. Caitlin Margaret Gillespie. Brent Goodman. Zachary Edward Goodwin. Sarah Jean Gray. Thomas Raymond Grenier. Jessica Ann Haydock. Justin Joseph Healy. Maria Kelly Hernandez. Michael Richard Hersom. Alexa Marie Hobel. Courtney Elizabeth Hogue. Alexander Jeffrey Howlett. Parker William Howlett. Anya Yvonne Jensen. Jackson Sibley Jones. Samuel Chu Jurgens. Joel Cacciapilli. Annabelle Faith Kane. Hayden Timothy Kane. Jason Canahan. Gabriella Brianna Karneski. Alexa Lee Kelly. Nolan Kester. James Peter Korkudis. Peter Andreas Korkudis. Justin Paul LaFosse. Anne Patricia Laganilia. Ashley Eileen LaMonica. Chase James Laquadara. Naomi Martinez Katrina Leon. Jordan Margaret LeBlanc. Jessica Lee. Grace Marie Leone. Eric George Lingenfelter. Sean Patrick Leiden. Ashley Nina McGilvery. Evan Matthew Maninos. Sophia Maria Maynard. James David McCarran. Sorry. Kelly Colleen McClymer. Alexandria Nicole McDonough Padden. Christopher Michael McElligott. Aiden Edward McGrath. Jennifer Mary McHugh. Jason Michael McKenna. Emily Elizabeth McKeel. Bryce Anthony McLaughlin. Catherine Taylor McLaughlin. Congratulations. Maya Marie McNaught. Amanda Paige Mercier. Jared M. Myers. Allison Elizabeth Moody. Garrett Michael Moretto. Trinity Mitellini. Shannon Maria Murphy. Abigail Rose Murray. Ashley Taylor Murray. Jenna Nicole Murray. Jessica Malia Machiko Murray. Kiara Rose Nadeau.
Come get this after.
Miriam Faith Nelson. Andrew Joseph O'Brien. Michaela Cameron O'Brien. Patrick John O'Mahony III. Samantha Papastathis. Hannah Elizabeth Parr.
Oh boy.
Matthew Andrew Pendenza. Shane Penny.
Looking sharp, my friend. Looking sharp.
Christian John Petrie. John Pham. Nicholas Calogero Piazza. Alessia Marie Puccio.
Looking sharp. I like that tie.
Maxwell John Quinton. Denizio Joseph Recupero. Sean Robert Riley. Shane Roberts. Johanna Josnet Robinson. Caroline Murphy Rooney. Carissa Bella Rubin. Emma Sung Sung Ryan. Ashley Regina Salerno. Braden Sanborn. Anthony Matthew Savage. Colby Stephen Skaplin. Alyssa Teresa Sherman. Rebecca Catherine C. Vidhi Shaw. Chloe Ann Smith. Kayla Grace Smith. Sophie Bridget Smith. Zachary David Smith. Stephen David Smolinski. Gianna Renee Spada.
Oh, go ahead. Slow down a little.
Shane Ryan Spencer. Elizabeth Kathleen Stokes. Julia Elizabeth Stone. Sabrina Teresa Strong.
Looking sharp, man.
Colton Patrick Sullivan. Nicholas Leonard Sullivan.
All right.
Owen Jeffrey Surrett. Dean Jason Surprenant. Jenna Marie Sweeney. Lucas Scott Tebow. Nicholas A. Toth. Jordana Danielle Travis. Alexandra Rollins Vale. Ryan McKenna Walsh. Irene Wong. Caitlin May Warren. Evan Casimir Witalis. David Robert Waltag. Cara Vi Wong. Christopher Charles Wong. Patrick Joseph Xavier. Ethan Ewan. Bridget Sinead McNeil. Ryan Spencer Dunn. You get your cameras ready. All graduates, please rise. Please move your graduation tassels from the right side to the left side. Having met all of the standards set forth by the Massachusetts Department of Education, together with the graduation requirements of the Wilmington Public School District, I now present to you Wilmington High School's class of 2021. Thank you all for coming. Get home safe.